Are you planning to go to the zoo with your kids? Well, then just don't. Be honest, have you ever wondered how animals feel about living in the zoo? How life in the zoo really is? Well, the answer is simple. It sucks. This may not be the case for all species, but for the most of them. Imagine this. You're innocently locked up in a small monotonous enclosure all your life and you don't know why. Okay, hold on for a second. Okay, this is much more like it. Imagine you're a predator and you can't hunt because there's nothing to hunt in your cage. Imagine you're an eagle, but you can't fly because there's a net above you, so you can only walk on the ground or fly a few meters. Imagine you're a herd animal without a herd, just you and maybe one more. Imagine you're a big orca, but you have to spend your entire life in a tiny pool. I can go on for hours like this, but I think you get my point. Zoos are animal prisons with innocent inmates, and please don't come up with the argument of species conservation or childhood education. There are lots of sanctuaries and species conservation programs all over the world. This is species conservation. Locking up animals for entertainment is not. And for the educational argument, your children will learn much more in a documentary, because they show the real behavior of animals. How they live, how they hunt, how they are building groups, how they are forming relationships, how they travel together, what they are doing to survive. All those things are explained and shown in documentaries. In a zoo, you won't see any of that. In a zoo, you will only see monotony. Many animals in captivity develop behavior disorders. For example, they just wiggle their heads, or they just walk the same path over and over again, because they simply can't cope with the situation. And that's understandable, right? Why do you think some zoos don't want any more polar bears? Because they learned that polar bears can't cope in captivity. They just perish. So if you ever want to go to the zoo again, think about the lives on the other side of the bars and the glass. Oh, and remember, most of them will spend their entire lives in those enclosures. If you want to do something meaningful with your kids, just go out with them into nature, but don't bring them to the zoo. Oh, and one more note. If your kids really want to go to the zoo, but you say no, they won't like your decision. They may be angry about it, they may hate you at the moment, but one day they will be grateful for it.